for your value scale, you guys are going to need your ebony pencil. That's your darker pencil. A value scale is an understanding of how dark and how light we can get something like a drawing pencil to go. I've labeled this out just to give you sort of an indication of the direction it should go. This should be the darkest value you can possibly make. Darker gray, medium grays, the lightest gray, and the easiest is white. Just leave the box blank. That is part of a value scale, is the lightest color we can put on a piece of paper. As you work, I want you to be very neat. We are controlling our scribbles. To start off with, I'm going to do the black box. I joke around with students and call it muscle black. You need to be pressing really hard with your pencil to get the darkest possible value that you can get. As you get into tight spaces, notice I change the direction I'm moving the pencil. Sometimes I even work with small circles. This should be a nice, smooth, flat value in each box. Sometimes kids make it kind of streaky. Well, that means you have different values inside one box. You need to make it one flat, even value. You absolutely must stay inside the box. Wait, why does it matter if you stay inside the box? It matters because we're going to start applying this to our drawing. If I have you draw a cube and you can't stay inside the lines, it is not going to look like a cube. So there is my black. That seems to be the darkest I can get it. Moving on to gray. How do you make it lighter? Less pressure on your pencil. You're going to want to start light as you work through your grays. You can always go back and darken each box. It's very hard though if you've gone way too dark to go back and erase. As you get down to the lightest grays, you will kind of know if you are heavy-handed or not. Heavy-handed means you tend to draw really dark. You're the kid where you draw something and you can't erase it. There are light-handed people also. You're the kid where you write something in pencil and the teacher says, "Can you write darker? I can't read that." So no, are you heavy-handed or are you light-handed? Now, if you are heavy-handed and you get down here, one tip I have for you is to loosen the grip on your pencil. Do you see how I can hold the pencil so loosely it's wobbly in my hands? When we grip a pencil hard, we tend to push hard. If you can force yourself to keep a very loose grip on the pencil, you will draw. So I'm holding the end of the pencil rather than gripping up here. I'm going to hold the end of the pencil and I'm going to make sure I'm very loose with it as I fill in this box because I am heavy-handed. Make sure you try to draw in different directions so the pencil strokes don't show. We don't want to look like scribbles. We want it to look like a nice square, flat gray. It also helps by this point if your pencil tip is not too sharp. You've worn it off a little bit, you won't have as many lines show. Now, before you're done, check your value scale. It should look like every single one is a different value. These two are a little close for my taste. So I'm going to go back and darken this one. Just adding another light layer of graphite to see if I can get it to look like its own value. They should each look different. Okay. Next part of this is a blended value scale. We want to take these same values, put them down here, but they need to have a smooth gradation. It's like a fade from really dark to really light. At no point should I be able to tell the difference. I shouldn't be able to see a line where you stopped. So when we do this, we move our pencil this direction, up and down. I'm pressing really hard. And then I'm going to move it along. I'm going to press hard for a little while here so I can get a lot. And then I'm going to start lightening the pressure. As I lighten the pressure, though, I kind of keep going back and forth. So I fill in any streaks. And I'm going to go all the way down here, lightening the pressure like this. Only now I've got to take this concept and it's got to fill the whole box. A little bit on my edges to keep it nice and neat, because again, it is important that you can stay inside the lines. If I have you go shade something like a cylinder, it's not going to look like a cylinder if you're scribbling all over the place. So small little circles are your friend. They're a great way to fill in spots. I want you to notice that I'm moving my pencil up and down across this rectangle. I'm going to show you the wrong way. Some kids will go like this. If this is the rectangle, they'll try to shade it this way. What happens there is every time your pencil stops and goes back, I can see the pencil mark. I can see the pencil stroke. This is not smooth blending. So this will not work and will take points off your grade, which is why we go up and down, because where the pencil stroke stops is at the edge of the box. And I can also go ahead with little circles and fill any gaps in. If at any point you mess up, you go too dark somewhere, you may use your kneaded eraser, the gray eraser, and lighten it just by pressing. That way I'm not creating big smears. I can just press and lift to lighten that color, lighten that value, I mean. Also here I try to work my pencil in different directions. That helps fill in any of those little white spaces that are allowing your pencil strokes to show, which we just can't have.